Alright, YouTube. Today I'm in battle with Zangetsublack9w. I have no idea if I actually got that right, but, his actual name in game is Zanmaster, so I'll just go with that. That's a lot easier. But anyway, this is just an OU match, and I'm bringing some fun things, and I immediately regret it looking at his team. He has, like, this, pretty good, stall team, and, it's gonna be really interesting. He's gonna lead with Smeargle. As is customary. Well, not really. I mean, that's actually one of the coolest things he has on his team. No offense. Your team is definitely a really good stall team, but, yeah. Anyway, so he's going to go ahead and Nuzzle right off the bat, which is actually an interesting option, because with T-Wave going down to 90% accuracy, Nuzzle is actually the best way to, paralyze things, being that it always hits and always, paralyzes. And you can definitely do that on a Smeargle. And it even does some damage to boot. So, yeah, he's going to nuzzle me. I get paralyzed. I end up just going for a superpower. Obviously, he does have a scarf. I really should have just actually went for a Horn Leech. I don't know what I was thinking, because Smeargle would have died to that too. This is a Choice Banded Tapu Bulu. Now, I'm just going to try to kill it here. He does set up his hazards, which, looking at that, I have no way to get rid of them. And that's really bad, because he does have Xurkitree, which synergizes really well with Sticky Web. And then I get frozen in my paralysis with Tapu Bulu. And that means I cannot finish this thing off, as it's just able to Baton Pass into his Celesteela. And, I do get a critical hit on it, so that's kind of good, and, I remember. The reason I did go for the superpower there is just in case you wanted to go into Celesteela, since, yeah, he can't Spore Tapu Bulu, which is a move that I kind of was expecting. He probably still has it, but who knows. So I'm just gonna go into Slowbro, and he's just gonna Heavy Slam, which is kind of obvious, so, yeah, or another Steel move. Maybe it's a special set with Flash Cannon. Probably is Heavy Slam. Either way, Slowbro comes in and takes it like a champ, and this is actually a Mega Slowbro, but I'm obviously not going to Mega Evolve quite yet. I want to keep Regenerator, and he's going to go ahead and Leech Seed me as I set up a T-Wave on this thing, which isn't a huge deal. Celesteela is not that fast, but I figure, you know what, I already gotten frozen in my paralysis once. Maybe I can get some hacks in my favor against this thing, so yeah, that would be neat. Anyway, so he's still continuing to eat my Slowbro for breakfast. And, yeah, I'm gonna probably have to switch out, because I'm just taking, too much hazard, or I'm taking too much damage from Leech Seeds. Plus, he's going into Xurkitree, so that's not really ideal. But no, it's a double switch, and I end up going into Emboar on the double switch. This is a Scarf Emboar, actually. But, with the speed drop, I'm not sure. It depends, I guess, because Emboar's really slow, and so is Xurkitree, so I'm not really sure. I just go into Regice, because it's my special wall. It's actually a huge site to use Regice, because I'm like, I don't really use Regice that much, and I do kind of like Regice. That's actually, I think, with me using Regice here, it's the only Regi I haven't used this generation is Registeel, which is probably the best one. Anyway, he's gonna go into Kartana, and I know that he has the Steel move. I was actually kind of hoping he would try to set up or something, predicting a switch. He ended up just going for a Smart Strike. I end up living it anyway, because I believe I'm max defense. It's not like Regice needs special defense investment. And I'm just able to kill with an Ice Beam, because you can literally cough at Kartana with a special move and murder it. So that's what I do, and he's going to go back into Xurkitree now, and unfortunately, yeah, at that HP, a Thunderbolt is going to be able to take me out. I was hoping that maybe, due to, Regice's amazingly monstrous 200 base special defense, I might be able to live and recover, but Xurkitree has a, amazingly monster special attack, so that's unfortunate. I'm going to go into Tapu Bulu, because, I'm thinking that maybe he's locked into it. Plus, even if he's not, it's not like he can do much Tapu Bulu due to my resistance to electric. And yeah, he's gonna go right back into Smeargle, and I get, frozen into my paralysis again, and he's gonna be able to Baton Pass, which I guess is interesting. I guess he probably should just went into whatever he's gonna pivot to in the first place, like this Granbull, which is an interesting Pokemon. I do respect Granbull. He has a really good Stall Core, but he's not an OU spammer, as you can see. So I have serious respects for that. But yeah, I don't have serious respects for getting frozen in my paralysis a million times, and I was actually expecting that, Play Rough to do a little bit less. Tapu Bulu is pretty bulky, but, I'm guessing that this is actually, I was thinking this would be like a Cleric, Granbull, but it apparently seems to be an offensive one. So I'm just gonna go into Skarmory. It's gonna take that pretty well, but, he can just pretty much go into Celesteela against this thing, or Xurkitree, and I can't really do anything to him. I'm gonna go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks, though, because I could use some answering hazards of my own. He's, being a stall team, he's gonna want to switch quite a bit. And there's another T-Wave, by the way. All of his Pokemon seem to have some status moves, which is going to be really annoying because I did not bring a cleric. I usually don't. I really should bring clerics more often. Or at least a way to get rid of entry hazards. In comes Toxapex, and I was actually going for the Whirlwind this turn, which would have been pretty not bad, because, he switches out, then I can just Whirlwind to something else, but then I get Parahaxed again. And this is going to be a recurring theme, I think, in this match. So, he's going to Toxic Spike, so I just go for a Whirlwind this turn, and that's not really good, because if he gets a second one of those, then my Mega Slowbro is basically worthless. As I said, I have no way to actually get rid of those. So, in comes Granbull again. He's going to get the Intimidate, but he does have Leftovers, so I guess it's not a purely offensive set. I guess I was kind of surprised by how much that Play Rough did to my Tapu Bulu. So he's going to switch out again, this time into Celesteela, which is a good move because I can't really do anything to the Celesteela. I think I was just going for another Whirlwind, but then I get paralyzed again. And somebody after this, after this video, or, maybe go back, count how many times I got Parahaxed as opposed to not Parahaxed by a Pokemon that was paralyzed, because I'm really curious to know that. So I'm going to go into Slowbro for two reasons, really. First reason, obviously, Slowbro is not going to take much damage from this thing. The worst he can do is literally leech at me, which he already did. And second, I wanted to get this thing regularly poisoned, because I don't want to risk the gosh, what's that Pokemon's name? Toxapex coming back in and setting up the second layer, because if my Slowbro gets Toxic Poisoned, it's basically game over for it. I'm not going to be able to do anything for it. But yeah, with the Poison and the Leech Seed, though, my Slowbro is taking some really bad end-of-turn effects, and I don't have Leftovers even, because obviously I have the Mega Stone. The good news is, and the reason I'm not Mega Evolving yet, is that regular Slowbro does have Regenerator, so it allows me to heal 25% of my HP on switch-in, and I want to keep this thing healthy. I don't really want to Mega Evolve until I need to, until I want the crit negating ability, basically against something that, and, the extra defenses of Mega Slowbro, basically against something that I'm going to need it for, but either way, my Mega Slowbro is going to be limited in what it can do as long as Xurkitree's alive, because Xurkitree can outspeed me, obviously, because I'm a Slowbro. It doesn't even matter about the Sticky Web. And additionally, Mega Slowbro is, is weak to Electric, which means it has no shot in hell about living a Xurkitree move. Anyway, so it ends up becoming a double switch here. We both get frustrated at the same time. He's going to go out into his Granbull. I go into my Emboar, and it's going to poison me, which obviously, so whatevs. I'm kind of hoping that, well, the good news is that Granbull got the Intimidate off on my Slowbro and not my incoming Emboar due to how Intimidate works on double switches, because he was faster. So, yeah, he's going to go into Smeargle again now, I guess to see what I would do. I go for a Flare Blitz. It's pretty much one of my most powerful moves. And just going to be able to take out the Smeargle at least, but he was basically just sacking it to see what I would do. He doesn't know my set yet, but he probably has an inkling that I'm choiced in some way. And he is going to go into Toxapex, so he is banking on the fact that I am choiced. He probably still doesn't know if I'm choiced Banded or Scarfed, but either way, I'm locked into Flare Blitz. So I'm just going to go out into Slowbro again, and I do that because I don't actually have a Psychic move, or obviously Psychic or a Psyshock on my Slowbro, but I can definitely, he doesn't know all my moves, so I can definitely, at the very least, bluff it, and he doesn't really have much to do to me either, I don't think. So he's going to go back into Celesteela. It's a pretty good move. I think I just go for the T-Wave, and yeah, I was trying to get the T-Wave set up on the Toxapex, probably a poor move. I should have just went for a Scald, predicting a switch or something, but would have done a whole lot to Celesteela anyway, and after critting it earlier, the Celesteela is now back to full HP, so I need to wither it down. This Celesteela is probably the biggest problem going forward. I don't really have a way to hit it hard aside from Emboar, and with his Toxic Spikes and being poisoned, I don't really have a whole lot of turns left with that Emboar. So I'm just going to try to wither it down here. He doesn't have the Leech Sheet set up yet, so, and I do get a couple Parahaxes in my favor there, so that's at least good. I don't really feel bad about it, honestly, because, the Parahax from earlier, but yeah, and he's going to go ahead and set up a Leech Seed. And that is going to limit my ability to wither this thing down. I got it back into Yellow, though, but with the Leech Seeds on me, and his own Leftovers, he's gonna be able to heal some stuff back. But I really kind of need to go for a recover here, a slack off, because I'm in, low yellow, and I just really don't want to. I mean, even with the regenerator, I don't want to, switch out like this. He ends up making a good play, though. He pretty much knows I have to slack off in order to get Slowbro back in with decent HP. So he's going to go out into his Circuitry, which, even if I did go for a Scald, I probably wouldn't be able to kill it, and then he would have been able to, obviously, take some HP back. So it's a good play all around. And now I am going to go ahead and switch. I can't really afford to lose Slowbro. It walls too much of his team, aside from this Circuitry. I'm just going to go ahead and Scar him, basically as death fodder. Of course, he does go for the Volt Switch. I do have Sturdy, so I don't quite die. So that's pretty good, and I do have Leftover, so I don't know. Ends up going to Granbull, which is like, okay, I resist your moves, and I'm a physical tank. Although I am, what, after the Leftover is probably, 20 HP. Probably can kill me anyway, but, it wouldn't hurt to try to stay in and try to go for the Roost and keep, Skarmory alive. Kind of curious if he went into Granbull here. And he ends up going for a Facade, which is even more curious. I'm at 11 HP, by the way, which I resist as well, and just as much as, Play Rough. I guess he was hoping you just didn't want to, miss with Play Rough. But I was like, maybe I can live that, because that's not even stabbed on Granbull anymore, and he's not, so that's like 40 base power, because he's not, statused or something. I actually don't know how much Facade has without, but I'm pretty sure it's low. I don't know. Probably didn't have a shot at living, because I was only 11 HP, but it still seemed like an unnecessary risk for him. Oh well, so I'm just gonna go into Bulu as he goes into Celesteela, and I get Parahaxed again! And I was actually going for a Stone Edge that turn, so it would have been able to hit the Celesteela pretty hard, maybe even killed it, being that I'm choice banned, but not this time. And I'm going to go ahead and switch out again because I cannot afford to lose Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu is literally the only thing on my team left alive that can check his Circuitry. Obviously, it can't switch into Circuitry at that HP, but I can at the very least check it because I don't think he can kill me with a Thunderbolt due to my resistance. So I basically have to keep it alive. I go into Emboar now, predicting a Heavy Slam. Ends up being a Heavy Slam. Of course, he's probably going to go ahead and switch. He ends up actually making a good play in protecting. He knows I'm choiced. He wants to see what I'm going to lock myself into. I end up doing a Head Smash, thinking that he might switch out into something else, but now he knows I'm locked in a Head Smash, which, I don't know if he wants his Celesteela to stay in and take. Obviously, if I am banded from his perspective, he's not going to take that too nicely. So, he ends up staying in, I guess, see how much I would do. And it doesn't really do that much. I am Scarfed, not banded, and, yeah, he's going to finish me out with Heavy Slam. So then goes Emboar, which is not good, and one of the Pokemon I was trying to use this battle. And I gave him a Beast Boost, which isn't fantastic, and as you can see, this is physically defensive Celesteela, which, you know, probably figured out when it took the, choice-banded super effective superpower in the beginning pretty well. But either way, I figured that my only real shot at this point is to go into Mimikyu, which is my last Pokemon. Unfortunately, I get Toxic Poisoned, and I just need to get up stealth, Sword Stances here. Obviously, he can Heavy Slam me, but I still have my Disguise, so he's not going to be able to kill me. And, yeah, I just have to hope that maybe I can kill this thing with a Shadow Claw. But, with his defense boost and being I mean, it's going to be close, but I figured this is probably the best shot I have to set up Mimikyu. And, Mimikyu is pretty much needed, because if he goes into Circuitry, I just need to hope I can kill it with priority. And I'm able to murder face this Celesteela. I actually end up getting a crit, which I don't know if it mattered, but thank you, Jeebus. Finally, RNGeebus. Finally, repaying me for all those Parahaxes earlier. So in comes Granbull, and he does get the Intimidate. And, that's literally not fantastic. And I just go for a Shadow Snake. I probably should have just went for a harder hitting move. I mean, obviously he would have outsped me, but he ends up missing the Play Rough, which now I feel kind of silly. Dang it, I could have killed this thing, I'm thinking. If I just went for a Play Rough, it definitely would have killed. But now I pretty much have to go for... No, I switch out. Why do I switch out? Okay, I switch out because I don't want to lose Mimikyu. I guess because I wanted the priority intact? I don't know. Plus, I figured that Slowbro can just come in and take a move because it's a physical wall, but then it does that with Play Rough. This is like a max attack Granbull with leftovers, so it's, I think, it's a pretty interesting set. It's less lefty, so you think it's kind of bulky, but pretty sure it's max attack. I mean, obviously Granbull has really good attack anyway, but... Gonna go ahead and Mega Evolve now. He ends up missing another Play Rough, so I don't think he would have killed me after the Mega Evolution anyway, but, sucks for him. I'm just going to be able to slack off back to nearly full HP, and I basically did that to avoid him critting me, which would have killed me. And I figure that, also the added defenses would be useful at this point in the game. So I'm just going to go for a Scald. I really don't want to give the Xurkitree a free switch-in, which is, like, probably the worst thing that could happen in the back of my mind. I end up getting a burn on the Grand Bull, and, of course, it's Facade Grand Bull, apparently. I don't even know why he has Facade on it, considering its role in the team and doesn't even have, like, a Toxic Orb, or what's the other orb? The Burn one, which is actually better now, for sure. But either way, so he does have Facade, and that means he can still hit me pretty hard. Although, it looks to be doing about much damage as the Stab Play Rough did before, so it's not a huge deal. I guess he has Facade just in case he does get status, specifically burned. He can still use the Grand Ball, even though I believe Grand Ball has access to, not Aromatherapy, but one of those moves that cure status, I thought. But I don't know. It's an interesting set. So, yeah, just going to go ahead and heal. I'm pretty confident, obviously, that I can win this matchup. He can't crit me with a Play Rough, and he might even miss, which would go, be to my advantage. At the same time, though, I don't want to, like, heal every turn, because I do want to maybe try to catch the Xurkitree on a switch, because he could just go into Xurkitree, and that would suck. And, yeah, just gonna hope that doesn't happen. He's basically sacking Grand Bull to me at this point in the game. Well, you can't miss with Facade, what am I saying? But no, I can stall him out. His Facade isn't doing that much to me. So, yeah, I'm gonna just finish it off. I have Slowbro at the highest level the highest HP level that I can conceivably get it, keep it, so, yeah, and I still end up being at about half after his attack. Oh well, so here's his free switch into Xurkitree, and, I don't know, I'm just kind of panicking. I can't afford to lose Slowbro. I have to sack something, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm sacking Mimikyu. Because I need to sack something. I need that Slowbro intact because he still has a Pokemon that I need Slowbro for. I don't know. Maybe I should have just sacked Slowbro because he didn't have Celesteela anymore, right? I don't know. But I decided to do that, and yeah, I'm going into Tapu Bulu again, and like I said, I'm just hoping that I can live a hit. Due to my resistance, he doesn't even want to risk it. Switched out into Toxapex of all things. I was just going for a Horn Leech, I think, which would have let me get some HP back, which would have been nice. But then there's the Parahax again. And I am X4 Week 2 Poison, and if this Toxapex has a Poison move, he can basically one-shot me, and I have to go back into Slowbro. I have really no choice in that matter. If I don't go into Slowbro, he might be able to murder me, and end up getting stuck in the sticky web and all that, and he's just gonna Scald. So he doesn't even have a poison move, I guess, or he predicted Slowbro. Actually, no. There's no way. If he had a poison move, he would have hit both of my Pokemon. That's hard, so that sucks because he doesn't even have a poison move. And, what can you do? And he withdraws, and he goes into Xurkitree, which is pretty much game over. I have nothing else to sack. I pretty much have to slack, bro. Oh, that's the reason I was keeping Slowbro. It's because of his Toxapex. Yeah, that's probably why. Not that it matters, because I don't even have a Psychic move on this Slowbro, and he probably knows it by now. But, I've kept bluffing it anyway. But yeah, now I have to be... no, I go into Tapu Bulu hoping that I can maybe live a Thunderbolt, which I might have been able to take 2 Thunderbolts if I would have connected with the Horn Leech, but maybe not. And he even crits with the Thunderbolt, to add insult to injury. So, yeah, if I would have connected with that Horn Leech, I might have been able to have enough HP to actually switch this thing in against this thing, but not how it worked out. Thank you, Paralyze. You did it. You made this battle annoying to me. But it is now over, at least, so... And I'm speeding this battle up a little more than I usually do. It's still almost 20 minutes, so... Yeah, today's question of the day is... What is your least favorite legendary in pretty much any Pokemon game? Any Pokemon that's considered legendary. Let's exclude the Ultra Beast, since I, asked a similar question on Friday. So, pretty much any legendary, except the Ultra Beast. What is your least favorite? One that you just can't stand because you don't, you think it's too powerful or something, or maybe you don't like the design. Pretty much any reason to dislike something. Trying to go through it in my mind. I've never really liked the way Palkia looks, and I know it's actually Palkia, which makes it even stupid. I'm mispronouncing it on purpose to make it sound cooler. So, you're welcome. No, but I never really liked that. I thought that the Gen 5 Legends, specifically Reshiram, was a little too Digimon-like. Also Zekrom too, but to a greater extent, Reshiram. And the Gen 6 Legends, I think, were even worse. I don't really like the XY thing. I just think it looks silly. I think the Sun and Moon Legends kind of were better. But, yeah, leave a comment about that and see you guys next time. Later.